Greetings, dear ones. We are very pleased to have this time to speak with you today. And so, as always, we are here to assist you on your path. And what we're looking at today energetically are the contracts, vows, agreements, covenants you formed in this and other lives. Many, many other lives, hundreds of lives, many of you have lived on this and other planets. And we're looking at how these agreements and vows and oaths have held you in place regarding certain ideas, certain people, certain forms of relationship, and certain experiences of a relationship which may no longer be for your higher good. So what we're going to do right now is call in, of course, your beautiful spirit team of angels, guides, and higher self. Namaste, dear ones. So each person's spirit team is joining us now, and we're mainly going to work on releasing all of these old soul contracts, all of these old agreements and vows and covenants. And you've made them to individuals, to ideas, to places, to occurrences, situations, groups, various assemblies, societies. And in this particular life in which you are already ascending into fifth dimensional life, they really only hold you back. They really only keep you in a stuck place of repeating old patterns over and over again, so that you come into earth life once more to dissolve or to resolve an old problem with someone, or to overcome some old belief or loyalty pledged to this idea or this group or other. And what happens in the density of earth energies is that you tend to, most people anyway, tend to simply repeat the old patterns. You don't break free. You don't really prove yourself to be an autonomous and sovereign individual. You just sort of fall back into the same pattern, suffer in the same way, and the same result every time is what occurs. So then you come back again, you try again to strike out on your own and to require and establish your freedom and individualism and uniqueness out and away from this contract. You attempt to finish it, resolve it once and for all, but it doesn't quite happen that way. So we're just working with this now, dear ones. So what we ask you to do is to image right now. There's a very great, say, a bonfire of beautiful, brilliant silver light in front of you, just leaping flames. If you want to imagine the violet flame of Saint Germain, that's fine. Transmutation is an interesting property, as is transformation, and this is what we're working with. You're transmuting the energy of that old agreement, soul contract, what have you, into the sort of very basic raw energy that from which you can draw something new and very beautiful. Or you're just giving it back to the universe. You don't even have to work with that energy if you don't wish to. We would say just let it go. So you can imagine that huge bonfire in front of you into which you're just pitching all these old contracts. They may look like written on parchment, perhaps carved into stone, perhaps might be a symbol on a cave wall. It could be anything. It could be modern typewritten or computer printed information. It could be just any contract you can imagine from any history or before history. Pour all of that into this fire, and it's all just going to dissolve and turn into smoke, ash and smoke, and then even the ash will disappear. Now, if you want an alternative image, you could say that you're standing by the side of a stream and you've got all these contracts and agreements and oaths poured, piled up all around you. Toss them into the stream in this beautiful silver sparkling stream of light. The instant they join that stream, they become pure light, pure energy again. They just return to one manifest energy to be built and remade into something new, something wonderful. So let's work with that right now, dear ones. Just start throwing all those agreements. You don't have to know what they were. Throw them into the fire, the violet fire or the silver white light fire of divine light, or into that silver sparkling stream of divine light. Any image you come up with is fine. It's important to image all of these contracts and agreements being completely dissolved, whether in the fire, in the water, whatever element you prefer, but they just turn into pure energy. Just keep pitching them in. You don't have to know what they were or what era they were from. We're going to work with that right now. Pouring them into the fire or pouring them into the stream. If you want to hand them over to an angel, that's fine. I want you to do that as well. You won't be able to come up with an exact number, an exact shape or size or content of each one, and it's not necessary. Put them all in right now. And your higher self, your team are assisting you. This is going to continue for as long as needed. All of this is pouring out of you. You might feel a sense of relief or you might feel nothing. That's all right. Just keep doing that. We're going to continue to work with you on that. Because these are quick videos, we're going to move on. While that's still going on, working with your team, we're going to move on to the image of a beautiful relationship. Can you just think for a moment of someone you would love to be friends with? Doesn't have to be anyone you know now. But what are the characteristics of someone you could take complete delight in? They've got wonderful humor maybe, a lot of compassion, but they don't lose themselves to that compassion. They remain detached and calm and centered. Maybe they've got the same love of music that you have. Maybe they care about children's lives. They're a children advocate, such as you are. Maybe they care about trees or plants and animals. It's up to you. What is to you a beautiful, wonderful, warm and kind human being who's just there for you in beautiful ways, and you are there for them. So just image that for a moment. We're going to work with your heart space. And we're pulling out the resentments, the bitternesses, the sadness, returning them to pure energy, turning them to light. Pulling your energy out of anyone who's harmed you and pulling their energy out of you. You don't belong to them, they don't belong to you, just let go. And we're making space now, one might say. We're opening the heart space as you release bitterness, anger, resentment, pain, grief, fear. There's plenty more room now for this beautiful sort of being to come into your life. Might even be an animal friend, that's all right. Might be a group of friends, lovely, supportive, kind friends who are there for you. They accept you unconditionally, they understand you to the best of their human ability or animal ability. And they're wonderful. They're like angels in your life. This might be a new partner, a new friend, a group of friends. It could be really just any sort of companion. Anyone really lovely and wonderful you want to bring in. So just image them now in your life. Draw a line of light from your heart to theirs. Working with the properties of your heart. Are you ready to love yourself enough that you accept who this beautiful being is? You accept who this wonderful, loving, kind, open-hearted spirit is. Can you trust that? Are you ready to accept that? Now the higher selves are coming forward and saying there's a little bit of resistance going on because a lot of you, probably most, have a ways to go yet in terms of really loving, accepting, nurturing yourselves. That's understandable. So we're working with that, talking to the subconscious. Can you please make all necessary adjustments to release old pain, fear, grief, rage? Give it to us. You don't need it. We're returning it to pure light. It's all right, it's safe. The ego mind is doubting this is safe. It's all right. Bathing them in light, bringing in people that they trust. This might be an ascended master, a Buddha, or Yeshua, or Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, Mary Magdalene. It could be anyone. Any of the ascended masters whom you look up to. Jewel Cool, Babaji, just bring them in to assist your subconscious now in accepting this new light, this new lightness. Just still working with you. Good. You're accepting help from this beautiful ascended master or an archangel if you prefer. And working through all that fear that it's not safe to open the heart, working through the rage, the grief, the sadness, the feelings of loss. You don't have to carry that anymore, dear one. So now there's this beautiful space. Can you open up and just sort of take in the love of this beautiful being that you've accepted and believed in? This wonderful sort of ideal friend or partner or group of friends, co-worker, business partner, could be anyone, but you're just opening up and accepting them now. Yes, your parents let you down. Yes, there were loved ones who let you down very badly. In every life, No parent can ever fulfill a child's needs, a baby's needs. They're so great, particularly on this planet. Highly complex. Human beings lead a very complex life emotionally. Can you accept that they did as well as they could, even if that included mistreatment at times because they were themselves not properly cared for, not properly raised, and they didn't understand what was going on? If you had even one loving parent or grandparent, we want you to give a huge thank you to the universe right now, because they have enriched and assisted your life immeasurably. Even one kind teacher who believed in you, one good-hearted sibling or friend who believed in you. Just say yes to the universe and understand in that moment you're opening to meeting many more lovely, brilliant, wonderful, trustworthy, kind, helpful people. The universe only wants you to know love and joy and fulfillment, dear ones. It doesn't want you to suffer. You willing to put the suffering down? Working with your ego mind, working with your subconscious. You willing to put it down? It's not who you are. It's not who you are. This person who suffered through this bad relationship, or that one who was let down, betrayed, mocked, made fun of. You know, that's a wounded aspect, but it can heal, and it's not fully who you are, not at all. Put it into the fire or into the stream, all that woundedness and the identity of woundedness. We want you to go beyond being a survivor. We want you to thrive and feel joyful. Can you accept that? Is that all right with you if you feel joyful? It may sound like a very strange sort of question to ask. You're going to have to answer it right now. Is that all right? If you can set down the suffering, if you can set down the aloneness and the isolation, being misunderstood, being mistreated, being lied to, betrayed, stabbed in the back, gossiped against, on and on. Can you put it down? It's not heavier than you. It's not more important than you. It's not as important as you. It's not important at all. Not anymore. You're putting it all into that beautiful, sparkling stream of light, and you're watching it dissolve. It doesn't exist. Every single time those images come up, dear one, put them into the stream of light and watch them fade and disappear and say, I'm sorry. I've had to let go of you. You're not who I am, and you're not why I'm here. I'm going to ask your team to continue working with you on this, and we are honored, as always, to assist on your path. We are thrilled at your beautiful presence on the earth, and give constant thanks for your beauty, your courage, your strength, your inner light, your outer light, and all you give to the earth, purely by existing, purely by being here. And so we send our love, dear ones. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. This is Caroline Oceana Ryan, and that was the collective, this lovely group of higher beings that I channel. This and the other Joyful Wellbeing series videos are just sort of a demonstration of the energy work in the Joyful Wellbeing series, which consists of ebooks and energy work, MP3s, etc., which are, they're meditations, but they're also, one is an energy activation, one's a visualization, and the ebooks on these 4 subjects of manifesting abundance, positive relationships, healthy eating and slimness, and self-love and inner peace. All 4 of those ebooks are chock full of powerful energy work. So you're being affected and assisted by that, even as you're just reading. And what we are wanting, I know what the collective are really very much desiring, is that you open your heart and allow the shifts now that you've been asking for on many levels. You've been asking for a lot of outer changes in your life. Are you willing to accept the transformation required to bring those about in a beautiful, permanent, ongoing way? You don't want to just bring in a little money here and there. You don't want to just have some health and a little bit of slimness every now and again. You don't want to just feel peaceful once a year. You want beautiful, joyful relationships and abundance and health and inner peace to be just your life. You just want that to be who you are. So we leave that with you, dear ones, and there'll be more information. If you go to my website, CarolineOceanaRyan.com, and go to the Joyful Wellbeing series page, you'll get plenty more information, available November 3rd, 2019. And as always, we bless and give thanks for and welcome you to our community of light. Many blessings. Namaste.